Saket Gokhale of the TMC. On two occasions, just a minute. Saket Gokhale, on two occasions today, already the BJP is saying, look at the TMC. You're fighting the Panchayat polls against the Congress and left, which take place next month in Bengal. But you have Mamta Banerjee on the same platform today as Sitaram Yechuri. Does Mamta Banerjee really believe it's possible to do business, to be part of an alliance with the left? Is that really possible?
Hi, Mr. Sardesai. I mean, first of all, why should it not be possible? We were a part of, Mamta Di was a minister in Prime Minister Vajpayee's cabinet. She was also a minister in Dr. Manmohan Singh's cabinet. So this whole thing about, you know, your perpetual enemies, you're fighting Panchayat elections means you can't come together for Lok Sabha, that's a myth. Number two, I take great umbrage at the suggestion earlier that opposition parties are coming together because they're afraid or because, you know, they don't want agencies to investigate their people. Let me tell you straight up, everyone who was a coward, be it in the Shiv Sena, be it in the Congress, be it in the TMC, the cowards have already left and joined the BJP. So none of the cowards are left in our parties anymore. So no one's afraid of the BJP. I can say that from my personal experience. Second thing, which I would like to clearly state here, is that we are not worried about agencies. We don't need to sell out to the BJP to protect ourselves from agencies. If we're scared about agencies, the ones who are scared have already gone and joined the BJP. Number three, you know, we had the BJP today talk about, oh, this is just a photo op, this is just, you know, an unholy alliance, etc. My question is, Mr. Amit Shah on his visit to Jammu today was so scared about this opposition meeting that he couldn't resist but talk about it. If the BJP is so unworried about this, why didn't they have JP Nadda, Amit Shah, Smriti Irani, all of them come out together and speak about this? And the last and final point I want to add here, because, I mean, we also do deserve time, which is that in today's opposition meeting, which went on for 240 minutes, the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress discussion on the ordinance was only for 10 minutes. A consensus was reached. Even Mamta Di intervened at that point. The parties found consensus. And let me tell you, all the opposition parties that are on your panel here today, we are together. Now, whether we contest, you know, we put one consensus candidate in our states, or whether we decide to make an alliance, that is to be left up to us to decide in the meeting. But this entire rubbish about Congress ko kaho UP mat jao, Congress ko kaho Bengal mat jao, that is not the case. Our only stand is that we will have one joint opposition leader on maximum seats possible. That leader could be from the strongest possible party in that region.
I'll come to that, whether it's possible to have one opposition candidate against the BJP across 300, 400 seats, as is being suggested by the likes of Sharad Pawar. But Fauad Halim, are you okay to do business with Mamta Banerjee? You and Mamta Banerjee have had a bloody feud, which is still going on in Bengal even as we speak during the Panchayat elections. Are you okay to be on the same side as the Congress in Kerala? A state where, as was just pointed out, you've arrested a Kerala Congress leader. Let's be very clear. Is the left in agreement with these other parties or not?
Well, you know, if you see the experience of the past governments that have been formed in India since 1987, the 89 experiment, the subsequent what you call government that was formed in H.D. Devi Gowda, the UPA one itself, the NDA itself, all these governments have been formed by parties basically who have fought against each other in the preceding elections and have come to an understanding when the government has been formed. I remind you, Rajdeep, that in Calcutta when VP Singh in 1989 as the leader of the Janata Dal had called for a mass meeting and he had invited Jyoti Basu and Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and on the stage that iconic photo of Jyoti Babu on one side and Atal Bihari Vajpayee on one side and VP Singh in the middle. Despite that meeting, in the elections that followed subsequently, as the left, our opposition at that point of time to change the government had not lost itself from the idea that the BJP needs to be defeated, and in that election we had fought the election, we had put up 100 candidates against the BJP also in that election. So one has to keep in mind that as far as the left is concerned, we are completely guided by our ideological positions. Our slogans are very clear.
Mr. Halim, the 1990s was a very different India. Mr. Halim, the 1990s was a very different India. This is an India where India has now seen two single-party majority governments. And maybe the opposition coming together only gives Mr. Modi the opportunity to say, I am the strong leader. On the other side against me is a coalition of political parties who don't agree with each other on most issues. It actually might give Mr. Modi the advantage. Does that not worry you? The arithmetic may well be with you. The chemistry may be with maybe with Mr. Modi.
How is that possible?
Well, if you just let me finish, Rajdeep, you know, this is a very, very difficult, what you call, situation that India is prevailing at this point of time, especially the single party majoritarian understanding that Narendra Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading. But as the opposition, we need to come together. We need to come together on principles, and hence our proposal at the table today was that we need to focus on issues and create a people's movement in India, whereby the opposition parties have to be led from the pressure from below, especially on the question of unemployment, on the question of how to get the people what you call together in protecting the constitution and its secular values. Now, how does it play itself out vis-a-vis one party and the other? Let me be very clear with you, Rajdeep. I am not beating around the bush. In the ensuing what you call Lok Sabha elections, the Congress and the left will be contesting against each other in Kerala, because the BJP is not a force of there. So the question doesn't arise. The BJP doesn't have that space to play any what you call effective role. They're not even third or anywhere nearby in Kerala.
Will you cede space to Mamata Banerjee? Will you accept Mamata Banerjee as Neta #1 in Bengal?
Well, I'm coming to that. I'm coming. If you let me finish.
Will you accept Mamata Banerjee as Neta #1 in Bengal? No, I'm asking you a direct question.
I am answering your question. I'm not waiting for your question. I am not waiting for your question. I am answering a question, if you allow me to complete. Coming to West Bengal, we will be fighting against the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party at the Panchayat level. We will be fighting the Trinamool Congress at the Lok Sabha level, and we will be fighting the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party not only at the Lok Sabha level but also at the ensuing state assembly elections. Let's be very clear. I am not beating around the bush on this question, and we've done it, as I said, in '89 when we were at the sole agenda to ensure that the current government in the centers be removed. We did not lose our ideology and compromise with the BJP. That is our historical experience, and that's the way we will go ahead.